Hi everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So I've come on today to do the one sketch challenge, which is hosted by Lisa from the Crafting Diva. Now, there's a number of us ladies that take part in this, and every month Lisa uploads a sketch and we have to follow that. Now, this month, November, we've got this sketch. So I'm just going to bring you down so you can see it. And we've basically got, so you've got a card and then a piece of card on top. You've got 3 circles, some sort of ribbon or something along there, and then a flower here with a leaf coming out. So this is what we are going to do. However, I like to just turn it and have a look another direction. I quite like that one. I'm just looking, because you can have it any way you like. I'm not sure I want the flower up there. I'm not sure about that way. You could have the leaf coming out that way. Do I want it that way? Or do I want it that way? That is the problem. I quite like it that way. So I think I'm going to turn mine. Right, so let me just pop that out the way for a minute and I'll show you what I've got. So I'm just bringing you back up again. I've got a 5.5 by 8, I think this is, piece of cardstock, which I'm going to use. I found this beautiful paper, which I think is hunky-dory. It's double-sided, but I'm going to use that side because what I found is this vintage pearl collection, which I've already got, which is it's actually decoupage, because you can layer these up on top of each other. But what we're going to do, we've got the 3 circles and then a smaller one. Now I think if I position them correctly, with the sketch, if I position them correctly, you're not maybe going to see that they're slightly different sizes anyway. And that's what we're going to use. And then I've got these bits out here because I've got a green piece on there which we could use for the green ribbon part, and then I've also got that green there. That's a bit more checkered, so we could use that, but it may well be that piece because I think that goes best with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out my bits, get these out, and then I'll come straight back so that you don't have to watch all of that. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. I have cut out all my bits and pieces. I've got the little circles, took all the little bibby bits off the side. I've cut my paper. So I'm going to have this as the base. We've then got to put this down before we stick this down. So I'm going to go for this green because I think that matches the flowers quite nicely. Now I'm just going to see where on the card, it's just a little way up. So I think it's about that way up. Actually, what I'm going to do is get the card out of the way. I'm doing this, it is Saturday afternoon. This is for uploading at 6 o'clock tonight, and it's about 4 o'clock now because I've just got back from the allotment and picked a load of produce and thought, oh my gosh, I've got to get on and do my challenge. Right, so I'm thinking about there. There we go. So let's cut that excess off because we can use that again. Waste not, want not. I think I've got all the mud off my hands from the allotment. There. Okay, and then that is going to go. So I'm going to do a tenfold. And we're going to have it like that on there. So let's stick this down. I'm going to use my little pen, wherever that is. Oh, there it is there. Now, are you going to behave? I think sometimes it chooses to work and sometimes it doesn't. It just means you don't get very much wiggle room. Well, you don't get any wiggle room on this. Put some on the ribbon. Right, so I've got to get this right before I lay it, because once it's laid, we've got no choice. There we are. Perfect. Okay. So let's just remind ourselves. So we've got 3 circles. Now mine are slightly bigger because they're supposed to be, well, they're different sizes. It looks like on the photo they're supposed to be the same size, but I hope this is okay. So I'm thinking I've got one there, right on the edge. We've got then one under there. Yeah, just in a bit. One there with a little bit of a gap there. And then the third one. Oh no, I'm going to have to come over a little bit because the third one has got to sit over. Right, so let's get that one in place first so that we know that one's got to sit there over the edge. Okay, so that means that one and this one doesn't touch. So that one could go like that. And then that one could go about there. Now let's see what that looks like. So we could have that rose that way. So I'm going to go for this one first. I'm going to stick that down. Actually, I should have kept that in place really, so I knew where it's going because I've forgotten again now. So about there for that one, about there for that one, and then about there for that one. Right, I'm going for that one first. Okay, I'm thinking, do I want to stick any of these up? Maybe the last one. Okay, so if that one's going to go there, I'm going to have to put that one on first. So let's do this one. Hold that there in position. I'm going to go that way with that rose. And you go in there, mate. You go in there. And then I'm thinking maybe I'll come that way with that rose. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so that way. And I want a little bit. It's going to go where it lands. There we are. There, I like that. And then we've got a little flower down here, just on the corner of the 3, with a little bit of this showing. I'm just seeing which way I'm going to have that going. I'm going to have it that way, and then we need a leaf underneath. So I've got my leaves out just to see which ones I quite like, and the leaf has got to go sort of here, just off the edge. So I'm thinking that one. Yeah, I don't think that one. That's not really a rose leaf, is it? No, I think I'm going to go that one. Yeah, let's go there. So if I leave that one in position a minute, because that's where I want it, I got 2 out, so I can take that one off. That's if it's going to play ball. Sometimes it is. These don't like to. So let's get this in the right place. It was there. Right, that one can move there. I think what I'm going to do with the little last one is I'm going to raise this up and have this a bit higher, just so we've got a little bit of dimension going on. And I just need to work out which way Don't want it going the same way. Right, that's that way, that's that way, that's that way. But it's got to cover. There we are. Right, let's just bring this back, sketch back, and have a look. Because obviously I've turned it. So let's have a look. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 with the ribbon coming down. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think I've hit the brief. Now, I want to just bling it up a little bit, of course, and I haven't put a sentiment on either. I didn't think about that. So let's have a look what we got here. Let's have some, oh, didn't really want that many, but never mind. I just fancy a little bit of bling. So I'm thinking one there, and probably one of the bigger ones. I like that one. There. And then I'm thinking 3 down here. 1, 2, 3. And what size have I got there? Let's just make sure we got the right size. The same size ones. Oh, come on, behave. Behave. Oh, there we are. There's 3. They're the same. Oh, stuck it on. 1, 2. I think this has got to be a birthday. That's 4. And then I think 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. I'm not always an odd number person, but there is something about an odd number. That one there, I want one more little one. There it is. And that can go there. And then I haven't put a sentiment on it because I don't know what it's going to be for. So there we are. I'll put that away in a minute. That is my make for the one sketch challenge for this month, November. So I'll just bring you down, and I'm going to, sorry, I changed the light, moved the light there. There we go. And I will link everyone else that's taking part in this. Please do go over and show them some crafty love. And hope you enjoy. Don't forget to hit the like button if you do. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please think about subscribing. It's free. And just check that you are still subscribed, because for some reason YouTube keeps pinging people off without them realising. So yeah, take care everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.